Welcome to Cajun Geek Reviews. This is Diaz bringing you my video review of Takara Tomi's Transformers Masterpiece MP-29 Destron Laserwave, or as we know him in the West, Masterpiece Shockwave. Now, as with all Masterpiece figures, Shockwave comes in this lovely black background box with the obligatory product shots on the front, along with Transformers Masterpiece in the upper right corner, Takara Tomy on the opposite, and of course MP-29 Destron Laserwave, Military Operations Commander. If you go into the side panels, it's just the Masterpiece Transformers logo going on the back. We have more product shots of Shockwave, along with his laser rifle mode, him posing some with his accessories, size comparison with Soundwave and Starscream, and of course the history and description of Shockwave in Japanese kanji. It's a very nice box, very standard for the Masterpiece line. It's a good collectible piece. I intend to keep it myself. And here we have Masterpiece Shockwave in his laser gun mode. He is a very good representation of both the toy and the anime figure, in my opinion. The camera is actually showing his purple to be maybe a shade or two lighter of the violet that he actually is in hand. Though some people are complaining that he's not purple enough. I find this to be a very good representation of cartoon Shockwave, which is what the Masterpieces are going for. They're supposed to be as if they stepped off the animation screen, off the animation cells into real life. The little hose over in the back here is actually a spring, very tightly wound spring with a string coming through it. It's actually removable. You can take it off. It just plugs in, so you don't have to store Shockwave with it. He does have electronics in him. If I can show it to you, I'll spin him around. He has two modes on his laser gun. You can hold down the trigger, and a very bright LED shows off right there. There is a switch on the side. You can on back like that, and it goes into more of a pulsing mode, as you can see. Overall, it takes two AAA batteries for this gimmick to work. I like it. The LED is very bright. Even in my daylight lamps you have seen, it shows off very well. The pulsing effect is pretty cool, though I prefer it in the hold down the trigger and the light comes on mode. I like this. Like I said, it's a very, very nice representation of Shockwave's laser gun mode. The Decepticon symbol on the side you see right here, he actually comes with a set of two different type of Decepticon symbols. One more spaced together. One, I guess, was designed more for the animation, so it could be better seen back in the 80s, which has a little bit more space in between them. I mixed it up a little bit. His space gun mode, you can see the more spaced out B-type Decepticon symbol. Transforming Shockwave is so simple and intuitive, you can almost do it right out the box without the instructions. Complexity comes from the leg transformation, where a series of double hinges allow for the backstock and handle to fold in and form the legs and feet, all securing together with a couple of nice hefty locking tabs. The barrel breakdown allows the arms to fold back on hefty double ratchets and the tip to collapse on the back on a die-cast metal guide. The head reveal is simple enough. Pull it up until it locks in place. And here, in all his purple glory, we have Shockwave. Now, as you can see on his inner forearms, you can still see the B-type Decepticon smaller symbol, and on his upper forearm, I use the A-type symbol, so you can see what both of them look like, how they look separately. Shockwave, to me, is very good representation of the cartoon Shockwave. He might scale slightly smaller than what a lot of us would like, but I think if you look back at the cartoon, he's just about right for what he should be. He's maybe not even quite a quarter of a head shorter than Soundwave and Optimus, but Shockwave was never meant to be this towering, massive thing like he was in the comics. He has beautiful, stiff ratcheting joints in the shoulders. I mean, you could just hear the amount of ratchets. the beautiful heavy clicking ratchets. The only thing I really don't like is the lack of ratchets in the outer hip. They use a friction joint, and one of my legs actually came slightly loose. I had to tighten it up a bit. It's actually the one I'm playing with right now. Um, Otherwise, the rest of his articulation, his head can do the full 360, look up pretty far, can look down at his chest, can turn side to side. His shoulders actually have 2 points of articulation due to the transformation. An upper shoulder joint right here, and then another one on the arm itself. He has a swivel at the elbow that can do all the way around. He actually has the ability to go like this with his elbow, and that is actually because if you want to do the hose on the top part instead of on the bottom, well, all you gotta do is spin it around and flip the elbow. The hose actually, point this out, this is not PVC. This is actually a very tightly wound and painted spring. Has a string in between. It actually pops off, as you can see here. It has a string going in between the two caps. That way the string won't stretch out. The spring won't stretch out. Now for his legs, he does have full outward extension. He can go forward on a heavy ratchet, back until he hits the bottom part of his backpack. He has about a 45-degree bend backwards on his leg. He has a thigh swivel, and his foot can go backwards a little bit, can go front a little bit, and has a good little range of foot waggle. So he's a very posable figure. I like it a lot. Very posable, very good representation of Shockwave in his cartoon form. If there was one thing I had to change on the figure, I would like it maybe a shade or two more purple. Fix those skirt flaps. And maybe a little bit darker shade of purple. 1 or 2 shades darker would be fine. Like more like what it shows up on the camera compared to what it's showing in real life. Accessories wise, he comes with a plethora of extra hands and at least 1 extra gun. They're easy to change out. Just pop the hand off and put the other hand on. He comes with an extra left hand, is that left? Yes, left hand. Just in case you don't want, for some reason, to have a gun barrel on his hand, which I don't know why you wouldn't. That wouldn't be Shockwave. Maybe a little bit pre-Imperata. He also comes with a miniature version of himself to use as a gun. So, and it just fits in the hand just like all the other Masterpiece guns do. Now his right hand does have a light up feature. Unfortunately, I do not have batteries in it to be able to show you, but the button for it is right here. The batteries, button cell batteries that go on the inside arm. Some people do have issues with him, and I guess they're expecting to be more of a comic book Shockwave, which was the big, towering, imposing figure that a lot of people consider Shockwave to be. But you gotta remember, Masterpiece is meant more for animation accuracy. So, for animation accuracy, I give it to Masterpiece Shockwave. I love the bloke. He's big, he's purple, he's got the big menacing light-piped eye that shows up very well. If you can find him, which you should be able to, he's out in retailers, I suggest getting him. As always, this has been DS with Cajun Geek Reviews. If you liked the video, give me a good old like and subscribe, and have a good day.